How's it going, super friends? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Brad, the DC Universe Geek. If you're new here, welcome for the first time. Let's have a short discussion on the fairly recent, in recent months, removal of Superman's secret identity, Clark Kent, or at least the removal of it being a secret. The duality of the two is forever changed because Brian Michael Bendis has decided that this is a good idea. I want to discuss it with you. Was it a great idea storytelling-wise? Is it going to be a good idea as far as the ramifications go for the DC Universe? Personally, I think that this is a terrible idea. I think that the secret identity of Clark Kent from Superman, keeping both of them separate, the duality of the pair has been so important that removing that is going to be detrimental to the Superman mythos. I really strongly believe that. It's not like they've gotten rid of Clark Kent. I get that. And they can probably tell some interesting stories. Actually, probably many interesting stories with this. And they're examining it in a way that never happened in the New 52 because Lois gave out Superman's identity in the New 52 and did it in a way that Superman was not happy with. He was not on board with it, and he was very negatively affected by it. He lost his job. People didn't trust him anymore just because he kept that secret in the first place. And in the end, he had to start up grassroots in his own neighborhood, building up their trust again. It was a big debacle, and although, yes, it was kind of an interesting story, it dragged on too long, I felt like it was really dumb and didn't need to happen. I feel like they wasted that time telling that story, which was interesting, but they could have told an even more interesting story that was better. The way they're doing it this time is that Superman's coming clean with his secret identity himself. He doesn't want to sit on that idea anymore. It's like a rotten, horrible egg that he keeps sitting on that'll never hatch and just get more and more rotten, and it's time to come clean with the truth and tell the world. He can't be someone that stands up for truth and justice. They frequently leave out the term "and the American way" while sitting on this great big secret that he's lied to all of his friends for so long about. And there have been some beautiful moments where he's told the truth, like between him and Perry. That was a beautiful, beautiful moment. And between him and Jimmy, that was kind of a cool moment. Although, if I'm being honest, when you look at Superman heroes, there is definitely some discrepancies with previous ways that characters have found out or their reactions compared to what was shown in that book. But that's a whole other story. At this point, I feel like it's not only not a good idea that they've decided to do away with that chunk of the Superman mythos in favor of a much more modern idea that in this case just doesn't need to exist. This wasn't something that had to happen. The Superman story could have continued to have been told month after month, week after week, and would not have been negatively affected had they not decided to, and I believe there's probably some kind of agenda behind this for the entire DC universe. This is the starting point, the seed, the growth point, if you will. Had they have not planted the seed and revealed to the world that Clark Kent and Superman are one and the same, thus destroying that duality. Heck, I believe that the duality of the two and Clark Kent and Superman being the secret identity of one of the other is so important that right now all the momentum that this story that Bendis is telling is gaining all of that power, all that momentum based on the back of the fact that there was a secret identity to be kept in the first place. Once that's done with, once they've told all those major stories, where is he going to go from there? I don't see it. I feel like he's going to tell all the major stories he can tell with this, and then he's just going to go back and start revisiting things. Like they did when it was a secret, they had things that they would just revisit. I just don't feel like this is necessary. I don't feel like it's a good idea. And I feel like the character of Superman, though right now has an appearance of being much more rich because he's told the truth, I feel like he won't be any better off. The character won't be any richer, won't be any deeper because they've decided to give up the secret. I feel like in the end, it's just a very quick power play with some kind of agenda behind it that will affect the entire DC universe right into the future. That's just my thoughts on it. I'm curious. What are yours? Do you think it's a good idea that Superman has revealed to the world that he and Clark Kent are one and the same? Or really, do you feel like it's a good idea that Bendis has wrote this into existence? Or do you feel like it's just stupid, unneeded, bad storytelling, and that eventually this is going to come back to kick us all in the seat of the pants, and that we really probably should have stood up and said no the second that this was even revealed it was going to be a thing? I don't know. Let me know in the comments section below, and I will see you in the next one. Have a DC day, everybody, and take care.